at DCM. My name is Angel and I serve as Division 26 South Lieutenant Governor.
And I'm Calvin, I serve as Division 2's Lieutenant Governor.
So we will be answering questions that you all asked in our LTG Q&A Google form. So stay tuned for that. So the question is, do you socialize with a lot of LTGs?
So yeah, when you are on district board, you do get really close with a lot of other board members, and it just so happens that you're gonna talk to them a lot, and you're gonna spend a lot of time with them if you can. So when it comes to being LTG, you're gonna be meeting a lot of new LTGs and chairs and coordinators, and a lot of things like that you're gonna be talking about. Okay, so our next question is, what is one goal you have achieved during your term, and how did it make you feel?
Okay, so for me, one goal that I had that I spoke about in my platform when I ran for Lieutenant Governor was having an increase in membership increase, as well as fundraising more for the pediatric trauma program, and I achieved that goal. So at FRN we had about almost $3,000. We had about $3,000 donated to PTP, and we actually have more donating. And then we also had increased membership. So that really made me feel accomplished, because as Lieutenant Governor, we do a lot in order to achieve our goals, and so it made me feel really happy. So Division 26 South, I love you all!
For me to name one, oh god, for me to name one goal, I focused a lot more on service this year as compared to last year's. So I focused on having more than 5 service events per club per month, and a lot of clubs are actually putting in a lot of efforts with like more than 5, sometimes over 10 service events per month, and it really helped us a lot, because before I feel like I was really focused on the social aspect as opposed to the service aspect. So I think we really hit that pretty well. It makes me really happy.
So the next question is, how do you balance school and Key Club? So definitely for me, there's a lot of stress that comes with it. What I do is that I always allocate a certain time for Key Club to do work. And honestly, if you work on your work ethic, so don't procrastinate, you will definitely get everything done. But then also you may have to drop out of some extracurricular activities in order to dedicate more time for Key Club. And like for Calvin, I know he had to drop band, right? So honestly, I think that if you have the passion, everything will work out, because you will stay motivated and determined to work hard during your term. But one advice that I have for you is to make use of your summer and plan all of your DCMs, and also plan your events for clubs and make club visitations during the summer so that it's easier for you.
I feel like for me and Angel is really different, because she was a junior LTG and I was a senior LTG. So, oh god! So it was definitely different, and I mean, it just depends on how busy you are as a person. For me, it wasn't like all that bad, but sometimes I found myself getting really frustrated and kind of clustered. But it was always good to just recognize what is important to me and how to prioritize.
So the next question that we have is, what do you do to avoid procrastination?
So Angel claims that she doesn't deal with procrastination. I think it's kind of really weird. I'm not gonna lie to you guys and say that I procrastinate all the time. So like I said before, prioritizing things is really, really important to being Lieutenant Governor. And you really want to make sure, even if you procrastinate, you need to set deadlines for yourself. You need to set goals for yourself. And part of becoming a better leader and a better Lieutenant Governor is knowing what's in your scope and what you can do as Lieutenant Governor. So set goals always, and make sure you meet deadlines, because it's not very good to procrastinate and be late. You can procrastinate as long as you get your things in on time. That's how I believe. So it maybe it's different for being a senior, because it gets kind of lazier, but it's okay. So when it comes to procrastination, just be sure to know what you're doing and know when you have to do things by. It's not about when you do it, but it's about the quality of the work you do.
So the next question is, what are some advice that you would like to give for any people that are potentially running for Lieutenant Governor? So for me, I would say to remember to be yourself and not compare yourself to other Lieutenant Governors, because for me, I tend to compare myself a lot, and I get stressed out about a lot of things. But you need to remember that all the hard work you're putting in will definitely get recognized, and remember that you aren't alone, and that you definitely have a lot of support systems there with you, because there are about 70-something Lieutenant Governors there for you.
So for me, I would advise that you just know how to work with people really well. Because throughout the entire term, you won't really be working with your officers or members, but you're going to be working with people from all around 3 states and things like that. It's very important to know how to work with people, and when things don't go go your way, it's totally okay. You just need to learn how to like compromise and things like that. That's a very important skill to know. Another important skill I knew, like time management. We always like stress that time management is important at every training conference, but it actually really is important because if you don't manage your time well enough, you're always gonna be behind on everything you do, and it's not like the best idea. So definitely time management is very important, and working with others is also really good. So our next question is it true that being in Key Club and being Lieutenant Governor can like cause a strained relationship with your family?
So for me, it is true, but for Calvin it's not. So honestly, it varies from person to person. But when you run for Lieutenant Governor, you have to sign a service agreement, which is why you have to talk to your parents in advance, and so that they know you're running for something that requires a lot of time and effort. But the way I worked around it was that I talked to my mom and she let me run. But definitely during times like during October and November and currently now, my mom is nagging me about spending so much time on Key Club, and it's true. And so you have to really just think about it from their point of view, and remember that although Key Club is basically kind of like your life maybe, but you have to remember that school and family does come first, and that you have to take care of yourself and your family before you take care of others.
So what I would say for this question is that, I don't know, it's really hard to say. Other than convincing your parents can be really hard, but just from our experience, I can definitely say that this is the greatest like decision I made in my life, and the impact it's had on me as a person and improved me as a leader is definitely like really worth all that I've done and all that I took to like just prepare for it. So I may have gone into it like not knowing exactly what will come of it, but in the end, it really did make me a better person, and that's something you can tell your parents. Because like, not everything you do has to be educational to be beneficial. It can totally be something that grows you as a leader or grows you as a person that helps you like help others. And never do anything for a college application, but it does make you like look a lot better. So things like that, like benefits you can use to convince your parents, also goes a long way.
And then also you can always invite your parents to a DCM so they can see you work in live action and see what the impact that you're making on the members you serve.
So our next question is, what was the peak of your term?
So for both of us, it was at RTC and FRN. Well, for me personally, it was because we had a lot of members show up at RTC as well as FRN, and it really just like, I don't know, it made me feel good about myself because we had almost like double the attendance at FRN, and we also raised more than the goal that I set for donations to PTP, and just seeing the members smile and cheer for you on stage is almost like, I don't know, it's like the best feeling on earth.
So yeah, for me, like my explanation at least, like RTC was really like a lot of planning months before, and serving as RTC chair was like pretty difficult because I just had to like coordinate everything and like make schedules and stuff, and we were just really afraid that it wasn't gonna be a successful event. But once it actually happened, like everything went perfectly to plan, and just like as LTGs, we just felt really on top of the world, and during that event, it was just like 100. But
great.
FRN, yeah, we did win the Spirit Stick. It was just really nice, and it was like finally reaching that one goal I wanted throughout high school. So that was a really big peak for me, and like you can even see through pictures like how intense I was getting and things like that. So definitely I felt like really good at FRN. That was probably like one of my peaks. So in that general area of October, November, just like the peak feeling of like being appreciated as Lieutenant Governor and just doing everything you do as Lieutenant Governor finally makes it all worth it, and that was like my peak.
So if you're someone watching this from another division, remember to give your Lieutenant Governor a shout out because they do so much for your division. So just give a quick like thank you, and it will definitely brighten up their day. That's the end. I hope you found these questions and answers helpful. Thank you for watching, and stay tuned for the next one. So next up is your conclave. So be sure to attend your conclave to elect your next Lieutenant Governor. Hopefully they're watching this video and they can really get a better idea of what being a Lieutenant Governor is like. But if you have any question at all, feel free to contact both of us. Also remember to turn in payments for decon on time so that you do not have to pay for a late registration fee. Also remember to apply for contests from the member recognition section of CNH Cyber Key at cnhkeyclub.org. Woohoo! Bye!